So one of the most important things that was exchanged was probably disease. So as you guys can see here, some of the diseases that were exchanged from Europe to North America were smallpox and measles. And smallpox turns out to be incredibly important. It really changes the trajectory of world history. Because when smallpox was introduced, it killed somewhere around 80 to 90% of the native population of the Americas. Just take a moment to think about that for a second. 80 to 90%. So right now, I mean, we are also going through a global pandemic. You know, we're going through COVID, which is obviously very scary. It's it's killed a lot of people. It's caused a lot of suffering for a lot of families. It's a really terrible thing. But right now, the number of people killed by COVID is relatively small. You know, the number of people it kills is just a few percent. Imagine this, 80 to 90%. So that means, think about it this way. If you knew 10 people, you know, eight or nine of those people would be dead, right? I guess if you were one of the 10 people, then it would only be you left. So because of this, it really destabilizes a lot of communities. So in a lot of ways, when we think of conflict between the Spanish or the English and the natives, you know, we think of things like, maybe guns and gunpowder and superior technology allowing for the colonization to happen. But this is probably the biggest factor, is that so many people were killed, so many of their communities were totally devastated. In fact, when some English explorers were exploring the coast of the is that Ray? Oh, welcome back, Ray.
Hi, sorry, I'm like...
Okay, that's fine. Just next time, try to be on time, please. When English explorers were going up and down the coast, they actually found a lot of villages that were abandoned, just totally abandoned, because so many people had died, the people couldn't sustain the communities anymore. So again, it's really hard for me to overstate the importance of smallpox in the history of colonization of the Americas. Oh, and then the natives, there's some debate about this. Medical historians are not entirely sure, but we do believe that syphilis might have been passed from Native Americans to Europeans, because before contact with the Americas, there was no mention of syphilis. So that's one disease that may have been passed from Native Americans to Europeans. So you guys know, just a side note, why did smallpox kill so many people, so many Native American First Nations people?
Because they weren't immune to it?
Yes, exactly. And can you tell me, Emma, why did they not have the immunity?
Because they've never had it around before.
Okay. And a lot of these diseases, do you know where did they come from? It's okay. It's a very hard question. So the simple answer is actually animals. So think about it. In Europe and the Middle East and Asia, all of these areas had we call that animal husbandry. So it means that they used livestock for food. So whether it's cattle, to eat cattle, or sheep, or pigs, because of this, for thousands of years, Europeans had been living in close proximity to all these animals. And just like today, how they have a theory, they don't know for sure, right? But they have a theory about COVID spreading from animals into people, and then that's how the virus spread. They have the same theories about some of these diseases, like smallpox. So because of this, Europeans have been living in close proximity to animals for quite some time. They developed an immunity. Sure, smallpox killed a lot of people, but a lot of people were also immune. What kind of animals did they have in the Americas? Any ideas?
Mooses.
Sorry, Ray, can you say that again? I couldn't hear you.
Mooses.
Yeah, okay, yeah, moose, okay. But is a moose an animal that has been domesticated? Are there moose farms? Were there moose farms?
No.
No, exactly. So a lot of the animals, moose, deer, buffalo, maybe people ate them, but they didn't farm them. They didn't live in close proximity to them. They didn't have any pigs. There was no pigs, no sheep, no horses. They did have llamas, though. There were llamas, more in like South America. But yeah, for the most part, even though a lot of these cultures, they had agriculture, they grew corn and squash and beans and tobacco and things like that. They didn't live in close proximity to animals, so they didn't have the same sort of immunity. Okay, so here's a painting showing the stages of the smallpox. Here is a chart, the estimated Native American population of Mexico. As you can see, before Cortez, before the conquistadors arrive, it's about 25 million. By the end, you can see it's dropped down to roughly 2 million. So this is a massive, massive drop in the population, mostly from disease, but also from warfare. Okay, so here's some, as I was just talking about, so here are some of the animals that were exchanged during the Columbian exchange. So some animals were brought to the Americas, such as horses, pigs, sheep, and then llamas were introduced to Europeans. So here are some crops that are from North America. So we have maize, tomatoes, potatoes, rubber, cacao, which you use to make chocolate, tobacco. As you can see, these are some pretty important crops, right? What are some themes you can identify in the document? Who is the author? What is the purpose for the author creating the document? What is the author's main point or purpose? Who is the intended audience? Or again, maybe you don't know, but just try to guess. That's fine. Just try to have a guess of who it is. And then what are some sort of biases or shortcomings the author might have? Okay. So again, these are all very important steps that you should be asking yourself when you're reading a document for this class, okay? So I want you guys to get a bit more practice. So I'm going to give you guys a minute, maybe 2 minutes, and I want you guys to try to fill out the chart for your document, and then we're going to take it up as a class. And everybody else, you guys can be like listening, taking down some notes, and then for next class, for the homework, then you guys can, later write in full sentences, answer it in full sentences. But for right now, you can just be listening to your classmates, listen to them giving their analysis of the document, and you can take down some point form notes. So this will help you guys with your homework. Any questions?
Some of the themes are Columbus are trying to find water, going his way to Asia, but you think the ways are way shorter, so he go the other way around, and he went to North America.
Okay. So yeah, themes, yeah, we could say. Okay, exploration. Yeah, Columbus is looking for new trade routes, and he's found some new land. Okay, and what other themes can you identify in this document?
He discovered an island called Guiana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He sort of describes how the island looks like. Describe how beautiful, how wide or beautiful this island is.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah. The appearance of the island. So he's described as the appearance, the maybe sort of the land, the appearance of it. Okay, good. And Michael, what other themes? What other themes can you identify in the document?
I think he considered the Hispanic people to be
uneducated.
Okay, very good. So yeah, he's discusses the native peoples there, and yeah. So how does he describe them? How does he describe the native people there?
Honest.
Honest, yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. Describes them as being honest, yeah, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
And not Christian.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, there you go. There's an important point. Yes, he discusses their religion or lack of. Not to say that they didn't have a religion. Of course, they had their own. They had their own sort of rituals and beliefs about the world. But from Columbus's perspective, him being a Christian, him being a Catholic, he would see them as being sort of like heathens. Not having a religion. Not following the true word of God. Okay, that's good. Okay. Now, how about Olivia? Document 2. What are some themes?
So I wrote there's like exploitation. There's like a lot of killing as well. Like as the guy described, the Spanish were really cruel and killed many, many people.
Good. Okay. So yeah. Cassis, yeah, he describes the Spanish being cruel. Spanish as cruel masters, in a sense. Okay, so Spanish are cruel. Well, what else does he describe?
And I think so. It's like slavery, how they were like sent far away and forced into labor, like slavery.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Slavery. Okay. Yeah. Well, what else?
And to make them Christian, like religion.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, there's some themes. Spanish as cruel masters. He talks about slavery. He talks about religion. Okay. And now, what about document 3? Was Evan? Document.
So the theme should be the bride running from Spain left Netherlands because his Protestant belief.
Mm-hmm. But so okay, that's the description of the man. But let's just really look at the painting. So look at the painting very carefully. What kind of themes are there? Like, what is it?
Spanish killing all of them. Like.
Very good. Okay. So once again, we have here. Maybe we have Spanish cruelty. Yeah. Very good. And taking another look. Okay. What else? What else does it show? So they're being cruel.
And like they're forcing like people to run, like with like dogs and stuff.
Yeah, there's a good one. So, okay, Spanish cruelty. Almost like they're like barbaric. So the Spanish are being barbaric, like killing people with dogs. Okay, that's good. Yes, it shows here. If we look at this painting, shows the Spanish cruelty. Look at there. There's like a small child being fed to dogs. There's another small child being fed to a dog. The people are running away. Okay,